Michael Iskoff at Yahoo News broke some incredible news this week. So listen to this. The CIA claims that they, quote, mistakenly destroyed the sole copy of a massive Senate torture report in the custody of the agency's internal watchdog group. What a shocking coincidence. So the Daily Beast continues here. Lawyers for the Department of Justice were at the same time allegedly attempting to assure a judge that copies of the report were preserved. Other copies of the report exist, but officials have expressed alarm at the possibility that the CIA Inspector General authorities could have somehow deleted an uploaded computer file with the report and accidentally destroyed a disk that contained the document. The report allegedly contains secret information about the agency's interrogation methods. So Douglas Cox, a City University of New York School of Law professor, said, "It's breathtaking that this could have happened, especially in the Inspector General's office. They're the ones that are supposed to be providing accountability within the agency itself. It makes you wonder what was going on over there." It makes you wonder indeed, sir. It makes you wonder. Okay, are we kidding? Now, understand that the Senate torture report was released, but it was a 500-page summary on a multi-thousand-page actual, record-keeping document. Okay, so you had people summarizing some of the things that were in the torture report, and that was released, and that's where we got all the crazy stories about the kinds of torture that we did. But some of the stuff they still haven't released, and much of that stuff could be even worse. And now the CIA is like, whoops! Oh, we destroyed it! I can't believe we missed. We're so clumsy! Darn our luck! What a joke! So they say, well, it was destroyed in the computer. The file was in the computer, but then also the hard copy that was external, we destroyed that too. It's amazing to me how naive and gullible the media is. Like, every media organization that said it was a mistake and they portrayed it as if that was factual, you shouldn't be in the media. Like, no skepticism. Oh, the dear leaders say that this was a mistake, so I will write that it's a mistake. What are you, Pravda? What is this shit? Edward Snowden came out when this happened. He's like, okay, I worked at the CIA. Nothing there ever happens by accident. You don't just, whoops, look at that. We destroyed this very important Senate torture report. No, what are they doing? They're destroying it because on some level, somebody there fears, or perhaps they know something we don't, that there actually could be consequences. Whether it's at the international level, which I doubt, or something else, whatever, there could be some kind of consequences. And they're like, well, there's one way to not have to worry about that. Destroy the evidence. Oh, they already know enough with the others' 500-page summary, man. We don't need anything else here. No more information about the worst stuff that we did. Destroy it. Destroy. Whoops, did we destroy it? We didn't mean to do that. We totally wanted you guys to know what we did. Like, again, I always try to think of these things if you flip the scenario. So, for example, if we heard a story coming out of Russia that was all the same facts here, like, their equivalent of the CIA was like, oh, shit, we destroyed the thing that says all the bad stuff we did, our bad, it was an accident, total accident, it was a mistake. And if their media was like, oh, it was a mistake, we'd be like, you're the most gullible motherfuckers on planet Earth, and you're ridiculous. Obviously, it was on purpose. For us, no, it really was a mistake. We promise. We didn't mean to do that. We didn't mean to destroy the evidence and let ourselves off the hook. What? And remember, guys, so what we already know is horrific. So let's not forget. I feel like this is something that unfortunately, people spoke about, and they spoke about it for maybe a week, and then it was like, well, everybody lost it. Everybody got lost in the vortex of the Kardashians and Kanye West and everything else that goes on in American life. And they're like, okay, yeah, we tortured. Let's move along. What are you talking about? So we did not only, because people always point to, hey, waterboarding. Like, oh, that's the bad one. And of course, you have people who still say, it's enhanced interrogation. It's not torture, even though it was literally taken from a communist Chinese manual on how to torture. But it's not torture when we do it. But people talk about that one. They don't talk about, honestly, the things that we did that are worse. Sometimes people bring up the sleep deprivation. That was horrific. We did mock burials. That was horrific. We threatened people's families and told them that we threatened their families. That was horrific. Dude, we also did anal rape. They would shove tubes up these dudes' asses and pump food up there and say, oh, no. It's a medical procedure called anal feeding. You talk to doctors, they're like, yeah, that's not a thing. Nobody does that. Like, no, it's cool. It's medical. No, you're torturing them. You're anally raping them. You're shoving something up their ass and then pumping stuff in there. That's insanity. And then they also hypothermia torture. Like, people go, what the fuck is that? It's exactly what it sounds like. They put you in a cold cell, they pour cold water on you, and then they leave. They did that to one guy. They came back the next morning, dead. He died. He died. In our custody. And guess what? We later learned on, the guy not guilty of anything at all. Totally innocent. Because a lot of the people that we ended up getting, for example, at Guantanamo Bay, the way we got them is the Bush administration cut deals with Afghan warlords to ship us Al-Qaeda people. And what did those warlords do? Well, shocker, warlords aren't exactly principled and honest, so they just sent us people who they didn't like. And we locked them up. And oftentimes we tortured them, and they died. At least 20% of the people we tortured were totally innocent. And again, you look at all the stuff we did, it was well beyond waterboarding and sleep deprivation. That's bad enough. It went well beyond that. So, and that's just what we know. What we don't know, some of it was on this stuff, and look at that. All of a sudden, it's gone. So, guys, the point of this is, please, 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 do not be so profoundly stupid and idiotic and naive to think like, oh, we always mean well. We're the United States of America. We have Leave It to Beaver and apple pie and mama. So whenever we do torture and bad stuff, it's good because we meant great by it. If you believe that, that's honestly clownish and ignorant because you haven't actually read the details of what we do know. And again, that's just what we know. Imagine what we don't know, which they were really in a rush to get rid of.